I grew up in Ghana and I had the opportunity of traveling to the Western world because of my parents' work. And that made me see the difference between the underprivileged and the privileged. And it gave me so much insight and knowing how much underprivileged children and the cycle continues gave me the heart, the passion to pursue this. Or a lot of orphans are stigmatized. Some are treated as second-class citizens. They don't have a lot of opportunities presented to them. And even those who are living with families, a lot of them are being used as house helps, and they don't have the opportunity of going to school. So they don't have any future, let's say. And those who are in the home is trying so much to provide for these children, but with limited resources, their capacity and their ability is very limited. So these children end up lying on the street. They don't have a sense of belonging. They don't have the nature and the love that we should give. You know, the orphans are the heart of God, as in James 1:27. And if the orphans do not experience that love, how do they grow up to now share love with others? So when I was a teenager, I had a prophetic word that you would build a home for my children. And I didn't really make much of it, but you know, as you grow up, life experiences pulls you towards your calling or your purpose. And then later on, I heard clearly, you have to build. That's where the name comes from. You have to build a sovereign house for my children where they would grow up in the knowledge of me. Rooted.
So you were a teenager when somebody gave you a prophetic word that you will build a home for children. And you kept that all through. That is vision. That is vision.
It's a family home, a blueprint home, where these children would have their own bed. And your family, your child has their own bed, they have their own clothes, they have their own space, they have their own toy, even though they might share with their brothers and sisters. These children don't. So what we are building is a family-oriented home where we sit together as a family, we learn, we eat, we study. They grow up with a sense of belonging, to know that they are nurtured, they are cared for, they are loved. Not just that, they themselves will start believing in their self-worth and confidence that, look, I'm not a second-class citizen. I am loved. I am somebody. So they can grow up and then change the mindset of their peers and probably the mindset of our orphans are being seen. By God's grace, we've got children who have completed university. We don't expect anything from them. If they come back to us, fine. If they don't, that's fine. Our job is done. We've got children who are still in university. We've got children in secondary school, high school. We've got children in junior high. We've got school and children in primary. And we've got children who are toddlers. And see, especially when one of the children completed, I mean, that is priceless. You can put a price on seeing this child who wouldn't have had the opportunity and has managed to complete university. One of the recent ones is, I'll say, Raymond. He wanted so much to go to school. And in the local school, he'll stand behind the window when the teacher is teaching, trying to look him. And they always send him back because he was looking dirty. And then when he had the opportunity to go to school, we got his school uniform, his school bag, his shoes, everything. Once he entered the school, he was with Joyce. Joyce is also a product of Sovereign House. He just said, wait. He said it in airway at that time, wait. And you know what? He put his bag down and he just screamed and jumped high. I am in school.
Wow.
Then when he finished jumping around, he took his bag, said, now where's my classroom? Okay, yes. Suffolk is one of the poorest areas in the United Kingdom and within Manchester. And this is also part of the plan. We moved from London. How it was orchestrated that God moved us from London to Manchester. And then I started having a burning in my heart. So I started doing some research, and I found that there are lots of these children don't have computers at home. And you ask yourself, this is England or United Kingdom, is one of the richest countries in the world. And you have within a town, a city, that so many children don't even have access to computers. And they have parents or guardians who have no idea of computers. How do they even learn? And this has been highlighted more during this pandemic, when we now see the exclusivity of these families, but they have no IT background. They have no knowledge in computers. How do the children even fulfill their potential? Because they are lacking in education. And a child being out of school for even a week is almost like a year lost out of their life. And these children are missing out in education. So this has been highlighted. And now that's where we started with the computer learning program, which is free for the children. They come in and we teach them different aspects of computers. This is geared towards their life, future employability, not school. And to increase their confidence. But it's also not just about computers. We are teaching them life skills, self-worth, confidence, so many things they will need as they grow. And we are working together to find how we can address this so that children and families will be able to have computers at home. It's quite a challenge at the moment, but we are not stopping.
Does that not shock you and surprise you that in a land where you would think there's plenty in the United Kingdom, you still got, I know you still provide some form of refreshment for these children, because some of them still haven't eaten at home.
Yep.
Here in the United Kingdom.
Well, let's say we just wanted to teach them a bit of life, and then we found we had to start feeding as well, because a child says, Miss, I'm so hungry, I haven't eaten.
Here in England.
And I can learn. So without even budgeting for it, well, we had to start finding refreshments so that these children can have a meal or snacks during their computer classes, which was something we had not even thought of or budgeted for. So these are some of the challenges that show up and come on that you have to deal with it. Yes, because adults we are responsible for the children. How they can support us by sponsoring the children educationally, and how they can also support us to complete the building, and what they can provide, laptops, and as we said, the bare necessities. That would really be welcome, and that would help to give these children a brighter and a better future. Because as you say, we don't know how they would be. And to think of it, they are the leaders of tomorrow. They are going to make decisions that would affect and shape our life. So I think we need to really invest in them. The website, www.sovereignhousegh.com. We are on Facebook, we are on Twitter, we are on Instagram, we are on LinkedIn, we are on YouTube. So yes, you can see, and we are always open. So you can contact us by email, by the website, and we always try and answer. We get a lot of emails.